again, welcome. I'm Cecilia Jimenez-Damary, the UN Special Rapporteur on the Human Rights of Internally Displaced Persons, and this is the video series on the guiding principles on internal displacement, why and how they matter. In the previous video, we started the discussion on Principle 20, on the right to recognition before the law, a very important principle. And in this video, we will discuss Principle 21, the right to property, which is still within the section on protection during displacement. Please have a copy of the guiding principles. Principle 21 reads, paragraph 1. No one shall be arbitrarily deprived of property and possessions. Again, because of the nature of internal displacement, where property is left behind during flight or even during displacement, they are lost, this principle reaffirms Article 17 of the Universal Declaration on Human Rights, which says that everyone has the right to own property alone, as well as in association with others. It further reads that no one shall be arbitrarily deprived of his property. This right endures in its relevance and validity throughout the displacement process and is actually reflected as one of the criteria in durable solutions. Paragraph 2 is very important. It says, the property and possession of internally displaced persons shall in all circumstances be protected, in particular against the following acts. A. Pillage. B. Direct or indiscriminate attacks or other acts of violence. C. Being used to shield military operations or objectives. D. Being made the object of reprisal. And E. Being destroyed or appropriated as a form of collective punishment. The commentary categorically states that this paragraph sets forth a non-exhaustive list of acts that violate the right to own, use, and enjoy property and possessions in all circumstances, and thus reflect the core of property rights as embodied in various provisions of humanitarian law that are applicable at the universal level. These acts can never be justified and thus would constitute arbitrary deprivation of the property of rights, as stated in the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. Lastly, the acts enumerated, such as pillaging, can be found explicitly provided in various provisions of international humanitarian law to protect persons during armed conflict. Paragraph 3. Property and possessions left behind by internally displaced persons should be protected against destruction and arbitrary and illegal appropriation, occupation, or use. Paragraph 3 protects the right to property of internally displaced persons by emphasizing that duty holders should refrain from committing violations, but also to protect IDPs from third parties in the safeguard of IDP property, especially those left behind. In circumstances, for example, when IDPs have to leave their properties, those properties should be protected as much as possible. Moreover, within the context of restitution, durable solutions, and transitional justice, the redress for property rights of IDPs is becoming more and more recognized. In 2018, I delivered a thematic report to the General Assembly on the rights of IDPs in the context of transitional justice. I invite you to refer to it. Again, thanks for tuning in, and in the next video, we will turn our attention to Principle 22 on the right to discrimination. See you then.